Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Channel is growing, and I owe it all to you. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Not only do you help us get the news out regarding the Second Amendment and all the infringements upon her, but as a byproduct, you're informed yourself, so it's a win-win. Before we get into today's craziness, I want to welcome a new sponsor to the channel, Gun Pro Deals. They fantastic place. If you're not familiar with them, check them out. You're gonna find fantastic deals on everything that we like. Sites. Let's go down to Rhode Island. Now, Rhode Island, literally, I could probably throw a football from my house and hit the corner of Rhode Island and Connecticut. And they're under attack there in Rhode Island as well. It seems like they're going after everybody, while everybody's focused on things like Virginia or anything else that's in the news. They're picking and choosing spots to attack while people are not paying attention. They're focused on something else. And Rhode Island's no different. Rhode Island, I'm going to give an update to 5 bills, 5 infringements in Rhode Island that are pretty serious. In fact, one of them last night the House approved. So let's get into Rhode Island, and hopefully if you live there, you already know about this. If you do not live there, please pass this along, because you might know people who live in Rhode Island, or somebody you know might know somebody there. So that is why passing this along is so important, even if you don't think it affects you personally. So the 5 bills I have here. One thing that's weird about Rhode Island is, like when you go to their website, the Rhode Island State Legislature, or the General Assembly, you have to start an account just to look at bills. So yeah, a lot of people don't want their information out there, so I did that for everybody here. First, let's talk about the one that passed the House last night, and it's H7103, 7103 in the House version. This is a tattletale bill. This would put it upon anybody who sells a firearm to, say, Joe Schmo who lives in Chepachet. Well, as you sell that firearm to Joe Schmo, you then would have to call the Chepachet police and say, hey guys, listen, psst, I sold Joe Schmo a firearm. You should probably know about that. Where in the Constitution does it say that? Where in the Bill of Rights does it say that? Where in the Declaration of Independence does it say, please notify the government on anything you want to be free people do? Nope, it's not good. However, just passed the House last night in Rhode Island, and that is not a good bill at all, because if they start doing it for this, what else could they do that to? So if I can, I'll put links down in the description. Like I said, to get the official one from Rhode Island, you have to be a member and start an account, which is stupid. But if I can find one on other avenues like Legiscan or other places that I usually can find copies of bills, I'll put them down below. If not, my apologies. You can go sign up in Rhode Island and give them your information so that you can read bills. The next one is S2004 Alpha, and 2004 Alpha and 2004A wants to ban untraceable and undetectable ghost guns. It is a 3D printing ban, but this ban, this bill seeks to ban the ability to freely print items that are 100% legal. And they want this so bad. There's a House version as well, H7102, same thing, to ban these untraceable, undetectable ghost guns that are made of plastic. If you remember when Glock came out, I don't know how old you might be watching this, but when Glock first started getting big in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, everybody's like, oh, it's the Tupperware gun. You can go through an airport and not be noticed, undetectable, can't be seen on an x-ray, but what they didn't tell everybody was the slide was still metal, and all the internal parts, that function were still metal. Same deal here. It's a scare tactic, thinking, making everybody think that this is, oh my god, this is bad. You can just like mow people down with undetectable, untraceable ghost things. Completely false, but it's part of the narrative. S2130 is the next one, and it's a magazine ban. Anything more than 10 rounds, you've seen it before, I'll put it here again. You can see for yourself right there how dangerous that 11th round is. I mean, whew. Can you imagine what the 12th round would be? The 13th? Oh, don't even, like the 15th round? Oh, liberals. 2131. It's an assault weapon ban. There are no such things as assault weapons. It's a term that was made up by the New York Times. They've even gone on record admitting that. But this would ban commonly owned semi-automatic rifles because. Simply just because. Now, as somebody who lives like within spitting distance of Rhode Island, I can tell you that there aren't people running around mowing people down with these made-up termed assault weapons. But just in case we need to get rid of them, because you never know, right? Because feelings. So what I will do is, if you do live in Rhode Island, if you don't know how to reach a hold of your legislators in Providence, I will put it in the description. I'll have a link so you can figure out who your reps are. And I know that Rhode Island always comes out big whenever they have lobby days, rallies at the State House. In fact, the first time I was ever part of one was 2 years ago when they first started their assault down there in earnest. I was coming out of the Providence Place Mall, which is across the street from the Capitol, the state capitol, and I saw a bunch of yellow shirts. So I went over to check it out and ended up being part of one of their first, big yellow shirt rallies there. So they always do it right in Rhode Island. I know they'll show up. However, it is our job to help get the news out here, and I'm hoping to get you to help me do that as well. So please pass this along. You can help out greatly here on this platform by smashing that thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. This is where you're going to get the good news, the bad news, the indifferent news, and the ugly news right here on Guns and Gadgets on YouTube. And you can also help by hitting that bell icon. It's supposed to let you know when I put out new stuff. However, they just don't like the real news getting out sometimes, so most of the time it works. And then, hit that share it to your friends, share it to wherever you read stuff, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, page.com.net. It can only help get the news out. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's because of you that I get to do this and continue to do this. Till we see each other again, I am Jared, the humble host of Guns and Gadgets. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your viewership. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.